What's up? Do you know what today is? It's Famous Friday. Famous Friday. Famous Friday is today. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had a safe Christmas. You know, hope you guys had a great time with your family, all those good things. Well, today is Famous Friday, and today we will be showcasing the Fourth Ward. The Fourth Ward Alderman. He goes by the name of Lamont Robinson. Lamont J. Robinson. Hello from Maine. Woo-hoo. I feel famous now. Got people from Maine. Thank you, Miss Michelle. Miss Michelle has always been a supporter, which I appreciate that about you. And I love that about you. And I can't wait to get to Maine so I can meet you. Today I picked Lamont Robinson because Lamont Robinson of the Fourth Ward decided to put on this uh, theatric political monologue, uh, and then try to chastise a fellow colleague of his about speaking up about something that he should have been speaking up about. But when the Democratic Party only cares about symbols like this flag that's behind him, this is what we have. We have these type of people that are representing us. And don't get me wrong, you know, I don't judge anybody by who they decide to be with, as long as there's boundaries and as long as it's not children, and as long as you guys are keeping it, like I said, boundaries. Everybody has boundaries. Heterosexual people have to have boundaries. People who are homosexual have to have boundaries either. Both two. We can't not push one or the other and it be okay. That's not how this works. First of all, who you decide to sleep with should be nobody's business unless you are forcing someone or it's someone that's underage. I think we all should know that. All right, all right. Now, Lamont Robinson was born February 21st, 1982. He's a Pisces. He owns two insurance agencies, Allstate. So he's an American insurance agent. He's an educator and a politician. He's currently the alderman of the Fourth Ward in Chicago City Council, having won the 2023 election for the office. Or did they cheat? We'll talk about that later. The fourth ward includes part of the Douglas, Kenwood, and near South Side neighborhoods. He was a member of the Illinois House of Representatives from the 5th District, uh, who held that office as well was Juliana Stratton. She went on to be um, J.B. Pritzker's puppet, and then he was able to get her seat. So he was the Illinois House of Representatives from the 5th District from January 2nd, 2019 until May 10th, 2023. The Chicago-based district, when he was the House of Representatives, included near South Side, Chicago Loop, near South Side, Douglas Graham Boulevard, and Greater Grand Crossing. He is openly gay, duh, and is the first openly LGBTQ African American person to serve in the Illinois legislature. Now he may be the only one that came out, but they all a little something wrong. Okay, something's wrong. Now, um, he also is a professor at various city colleges of Chicago campuses. In 2019, Robinson completed Harvard Kennedy School's program for senior executives in state and local government as a David Bonnet Leadership Fellow. As of July 2nd, 2022, Representative Robinson was a member of the following committees: Human Service Committee, Chairman of Cybersecurity, Data Analytics, IT Committee, Healthcare Availability, Prescription Drug Affordability, Public Utilities Committee, Small Business Tech Innovation and Entrepreneurship Committee, Chairman of Special Issues, Telecom Video Subcommittee, and Chairman of Tourism Committee. As a alderman, he was elected to the Chicago City Council. In 2023, he was elected from a crowded field of candidates seeking to succeed Fourth Ward Alder Sophia King, after King opted against seeking re-election in order to instead run in the mayoral election. In a runoff election, Robinson defeated Prentice Butler, King's chief of staff, whom she had endorsed. And Ebony Lucas probably would have had it, but they did a little cheap. All right. Now, I want to start with when Lamont Robinson. I only see one main bill that he passed, but I'll get into that when I looked at it. I got all the stuff, so get ready. All right. Now, June 8th, 2023, when I was outside protesting. This is before I started going inside. CBS decided to interview newly elected Alderman Lamont Robinson, proud of growing LGBTQ representation on city council. Lesbian, gay, and bisexual alder people now make up nearly 1/5 of the Chicago City Council and do absolutely nothing. Gay and worthless. The most anywhere, and they come from all over the city, not just Boys Town. Steaming anchor Brad Edwards spoke to one of the newest LGBTQ members of the city council and how his journey to City Hall came with support from a surprise source. A man who has overcome Alderman Lamont Robinson, Fourth Ward recently gave the keynote address on graduation day for Bronzeville Academy Charter School. I'm reminded of the power of dreams, he told graduates. However, as a young Black kid from the South Side of Chicago, I faced challenges. Added to being a young Black kid from the South Side, Robinson also discovered he was gay in college. He wrote his pastor a letter and let him know that I was dealing with my sexuality and I didn't know what to do. Uh oh, welcome. I'm talking about uh, Alderman Lot. How you doing over there?
Hey, hey,
Merry
why I didn't
Christmas.
know what why I didn't realize it. Can you hear me? Was it me?
No, I can hear you.
Oh, why I didn't realize it was today was Friday. We was doing this until I just saw you on.
I'm glad that
uh,
you could join me.
yeah, so I saw that. Then I looked. I said because I was getting ready to text you. Then I said, "Oh, she just sent me the link." Okay, but okay.
Yeah.
What's up,
Yeah.
guys? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Are we
So,
okay?
uh, added to being a young Black kid from the South Side, Robinson also discovered he was gay in college. He wrote his pastor a letter and let him know that I was dealing with my sexuality and I didn't know what to do. And he wrote me a 3-page letter back. God loves you. I love you. Your church family loves you. You're going to be okay. Here's a book to read, and here's a mentor. That was life changing because there are other pastors that would have written me something different. And had they written me something different, I might not be sitting here today. Robinson said. The letter came from Reverend Jeremiah Wright, former
Mm.
President Obama's pastor. The compassion Wright showed Robinson manifests today. As an out Black member of the LGBTQ community, I try to use my bully pulpit to better our community, Robinson said. A successful business owner, he was the first openly queer Black member of the Illinois General Assembly, serving in the Illinois House for 5 years before winning election in the city council this spring. When the new city council was sworn in last month, Alderman Brian Hopkins second noted this is the most diverse council in the history of the city of Chicago. So we have 9 members that are gay and do absolutely nothing. So we have Melena Hoppenworth. She's the SBK killer, small business killer. You have Maria Haddon. You got Ray Lopez. You got Jesse Fuentes. You got Carlos Ramirez Rosa, who's now over in the Park District. You got Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez. You got Lamont. You got Timothy Knutson, who I just found out by Jen that in his ward they breaking into cars like crazy, and he ain't saying nothing. And then Bennett Lawson. All right,
What
it's
about
9.
what about Walter
Will
Burnett?
Hall.
No, Walter Burnett's
Well,
son.
this was before.
Oh, okay. You
Yeah,
talking
so
about
now,
William
yeah,
Hall. You
yeah,
talking about
William
William Hall.
Pastor R&B singer William Hall. Yes, they're missing him. and our first bisexual mayor. Yes. It's 9, it's 9 of us. We have the largest queer city council in the country. In the
Oh,
country.
wow. Wow.
I gotta denounce these letters. The fight has never left the Black LGBTQ community. We've
Wow.
always been in a fight. I've never been in a fight. I've only been in a fight now because they try to tell me that that people are attacking me because of my sexual orientation. Nah, nah, I don't even talk. Y'all bring it up. There are still trans. That's the problem. That's right here. There are still trans brothers and sisters that have been murdered in the city of Chicago where we don't have the answers to. I can tell you some of those answers. Some of those answers is they're not telling the truth. And some of them answers is the people who are sleeping with them are on the down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some stuff that we don't have nothing to do with. That's some other stuff. And they try to bring that into a world that is only 1%. When we
Mm-hmm.
got 99% of people that don't go through that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's why Robinson met Edwards at the Brave Space Alliance, the Southside's LGBTQ plus community center, serving the trans community and more. Robinson has secured funding for such organizations, monies to combat HIV and more. Now, my man Mickey just sent me something about HIV, and I got to do a whole another thing on HIV. They're laundering our money through HIV, through some of these HIV organizations and programs. Like the Puerto Rican, they got just something for just Puerto Ricans getting $24 million to combat HIV
Mm,
of
mm,
our
mm,
money and here in the city of Chicago,
mm.
state of Illinois. So that's a whole other thing. They go. It's a lot. I'm very fortunate enough to have had a very supportive family. Many of our youth, Brad, do not have supportive families, which is why we have high rates of suicide, which is why we have high rates of HIV, because we can't be our authentic selves. Knowing how much our community has been hurt, how our community is not being supported, and how much work is needed to be able to bring our community home. All right. And then he was headed to the White House on Thursday. This was in June of 2023 for the Pride celebration dinner. So that was with senile Biden and Kamala
Mm-hmm.
Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now,
Mm.
let's get into the business. So, Alderman, what's my man name? Hall. So,
Robinson.
I mean, Robinson. God, I see Hall right here, so that's why. So, 13, so in 2023, 13 new alder people. So it's 13 new alder people in there that got into city council in 2023 when Brandon Johnson got in there. So there's a total of 50 aldermen. He was one of them. And then it goes to Desmond Yancey, Will Hall, Peter Chico, Julie Ramirez, Gutierrez, Ronnie Mosley, Jesse Fuentes, Ruth Cruz, Bill Conway, Bennett Lawson, Angela Clay, Lena Mana Hoppenworth. Okay, so majority of them are progressives,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of them come from the CTU
Mm-hmm. Pick.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
CTU pick.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now,
Happy holidays, guys.
yes, happy holidays, happy holidays.
Referring to the comments. Happy holidays.
Yes, yes, yes. So Lamont was a state representative. But he was state representative from 2019 until he got in. He's no longer. But one of the things that when he was a Illinois state representative, he actually took Juliana Stratton's spot when she became J.B. Pritzker's pet as lieutenant governor. Uh, but the Chicago Teachers Union gave Lamont Robinson $37,000
So for his campaign.
for when he was running as a state representative.
Mm.
So he was bought by CTU, but that's all up CTU's out. They like him gay,
Mm-hmm. Gay,
Democrat,
progressive,
progressive,
communist, socialist.
communist,
Yeah.
socialist, for illegals,
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
those things. One of the things though that he's known for is that he sponsored a law amending the Consumer Fraud and Deceptive Business Practices Act in relation um yeah, to of was you laughing of
Somebody
criminal
talk about
record
Murder Street is about use that money to get him a BBL.
or uh, uh or a beard because he was clean faced boy.
And so
Like
he probably
for
bought some
him to be able to have this full beard now, I don't know. Probably yeah, he probably got a
BBL
lace
in the
front,
beard. Yeah, the
a
beard
lace
is.
front,
Yeah, yeah.
a lace front beard because he was when I say no hair, no hair.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Yep.
Yeah. So now when we got to get into Ebony Lucas, but let me get into this bill because this bill actually it was a good bill, but the issue is for me um is that he sponsored this bill, which is basically people should not um when if you have like a criminal background something like that, you're not
Hmm.
supposed to be judged or nobody's not supposed to look at that or do any do anything. He sponsored that along with Napoleon Harris and a few other people. You know what I'm saying? And like basically they should be able to get a fair chance to get whatever they need. They probably was doing this at the time because again he owns two Allstate insurance companies, and they all got in. He got in. He got in 2019 when all the rest of them people snuck in. Rosanna Rodriguez Sanchez and all them snuck in 2019 as well. These are the progressives. The progressives, all the so he it was a good it was good, but at the end of the day, how he moves, you doing it because I feel like you don't want you need this money for these illegals to come get this housing insurance and all these other things. So you don't want like basically don't ask, don't tell thing, but it's supposed to be
Hmm.
for us, but it doesn't work like that because we still get and then I'm not saying just black people, but anybody that's an American and you have some type of record, they use it against you. So yeah, you
Yeah,
sponsor this, but y'all be the same people to use it against people when it comes to a person trying to go against you. Like for
yeah.
instance, if I was to run for office right now, they're floating my picture around my mugshot picture around. Never got
Oh,
convicted. None of that stuff. But you're flooding that around because you want people to think something different. But you're sponsoring. But these same people are sponsoring a bill that at the end of the day you're not supposed to judge.
right, right, right. Yeah,
But that's
that's
how
what
they
we.
all. But that's how they all are.
Yeah, yeah. Hypocrites.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
definitely.
Democrats are the biggest hypocrites.
Yes.
He, of course, he's in the Black Caucus. Um, he sponsored thousands of resolutions. They love to sponsor a resolution. Um, but one of the main ones I wanted to talk about was uh, the resolution R 2025-00211769, recognition and expression of gratitude extended to Chicagoans who formed rapid response support networks and presence of Department of Homeland Security, Immigration, and Customs Enforcement.
Mm, 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 mm.
Okay. and then he did some traffic signs. We got a lot of handicap parking because of him. He sponsored a whole bunch of parking in the fourth ward. So if you can't find no parking spots when you come home, he done gave it to all. He done made it all handicap while they're pushing us out of. While they're pushing us out, you can find a parking spot, but you don't have nothing else. So that was another one too that he did. About the homeless people. I mean about the illegal
That
immigration.
resolution was
Yeah,
garbage. What you just read, that was horrible.
yeah. Well, you gotta do. That's what leads
Yeah.
to what he said earlier today. I mean earlier this last week. He gave a he does a lot of resolutions for he gave a tribute to the late Reverend Dr. Leroy Sanders. Um, another handy parking permit, a reserve disabled permit. Um,
Talk about, I wonder if Daddy C got a hangover from her party.
hangover from what?
They talk
Water?
about, right, right.
Hangover from water?
Oh, probably all the dance to the stuff we was doing.
Um, he got a historical landmark fee waiver, so they can get fee waivers for a historical landmark for a property at 3300 and 3302 South Giles Avenue. The lease agreement with Northwestern Memorial Healthcare for the use of city-owned property at 4727, 4759 South Cottage Grove Ave for contracting parking. So you got to pay for more parking.
Mm, mm, mm.
Congratulations to extended to the Chicago Bar Association, who do absolutely nothing. And that's about it. All right. Now let's get into who Ebony Lucas is. So he cheated, well, his godmother, um, who was Million Dollar Tony. If y'all don't know who Million Dollar Tony is, Million Dollar Tony is Tony Kirkwinkle. And Million Dollar Tony just purchased a $1 million home in Kenwood. You know, she was blessed and highly favored to be able to get a home while everybody else is trying to figure out why their property taxes is up. So this is Ebony Lucas, right? And Ebony Lucas was running against this man, was running against Lamont Robinson for this seat. All right. Oh no, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? And what him and his godmother, who also is part of the rainbow. So I'm saying these rainbow people be playing. They don't be playing fair. You know,
Hmm.
they want to play them. They want to play be like they the victims and stuff. Now these is the gay gangsters,
Yes.
gay gangsters. And they hide up under that DEI Act. That's why uh, uh, what's my man name? President
Trump.
Trump had to let it go.
Right.
So ex fourth ward candidate wins $1.4 million in defamation suit against Alderman Robinson's campaign. A Cook County jury sided with Ebony Lucas. This was June 5th, 2025, who accused Alderman Lamont Robinson's Political Action Committee and Fourth Ward Democratic Organization of sending defamatory mailers about her ahead of the 2023 election. Former fourth ward alderman candidate Evie Lucas is due for 1.475 million. That's a lot of money. That's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money now. After a jury sided with her in a defamation lawsuit against Alderman Lamont Robinson Political Action Committee and the Fourth Ward Democratic Organization. A Cook County jury awarded Lucas the judgment Wednesday. Her lawsuit stems from 2023 automatic race in which she accused Robinson's campaign of sending a trio of mailers and text messages to voters, painting her as a slumlord days before the February 28th election. While Lucas initially sought 100,000 in damages, the jury awarded the longtime community activist 225,000 uh, 225,000 and then 1.25 million in punitive damages.
Yeah.
An amount Lucas believes underscored the severity of the situation. After the verdict, Lewis says she sees the ruling as not only vindication for herself, but also for the political campaign system. We've gotten used to and afraid of speaking out in these campaigns when things like this happen. People get annoyed by it, but they brush it off, Lucas said. But the problem is that you're sending out misinformation. And if we don't want the Republican Party to do that, then the Democratic Party can't do it either. We can hopefully have a more fair system in the future. When reached for comment, Robinson, of course, had no statement, and he plans to challenge the ruling. This lawsuit has always been politically motivated. Robinson residents of the Fourth Ward voted for me because they knew I would fight for them. And that's exactly where my focus remains, Robinson said. With critical funding for programs like Job Corps that's being cut, I'm focused on supporting the students who will be impacted and strengthening public safety efforts in our community. My priority is addressing the real challenges we face, not engaging in political theater. Now, what he just did,
Was what was the epitome of political theater.
okay, I'm gonna try to show it, I'm
Okay.
trying to show it. Lucas ran for the fourth ward seat in 2017, 2019, and 2023, entering a dead heat in the most recent race with former fourth ward chief of staff Prentice Butler to square off against Robinson in the April runoff. But Butler eventually went to the runoff by 104 votes. Days before the election, Lucas penned a letter in the Hyde Park Herald blasting Robinson for attempting to suppress votes by claiming she racked up debts, code violations, and city fines. She also accused the former state representative of hypocrisy for co-sponsoring a truth in politics bill. Lucas says she hopes the judgment will signal a change in how campaigns in the city are operated, noting that many of the jurors her legal team encountered during the selection process were fed up with Democratic machine politics, even though they identified as Democrats themselves. They said they had negative feelings because of dirty politics and because of corruption. While this was a very difficult thing for me to do, I'm glad that I stuck with it and I did it because it sends a message, not just in the fourth ward, but throughout the entire city, that the tides have to change. In politics, we want to continue to win as Democrats, and that means that we have to fight fairly. We have to listen to the issues and focus on the issues. Luke is an attorney, business owner, wife, and mother of five. Says she spent the last 2 years trying to repair the damage to her reputation. She says she no longer has political aspirations. While she is adamant about never running for office again, she isn't ruling out the possibility of helping someone else's campaign in the future, she said. Well, my thing is the Democratic Party is trash.
You
So it
said
really
trash.
don't matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Democratic Party, you weren't part of the machine. You know what I'm saying? You weren't part of the machine, and that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, they both trash. And I think we all know this. I think everybody knows that they're both trash. But let's get into so I want to before I
Who you
bring
saying
up
when you say they both? When you say they both trash, who you mean? Her and her and him, or what?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Like
her and
because you're dealing with because I don't like because don't the Republican Party didn't put no stuff out about you.
right,
That's
right.
your own. That's your own people.
Right.
Yeah. So don't you didn't have to even bring up the Republicans.
That's fine. Why are you even bringing up the Republican when
Yeah. Like the Republicans, that's the
they don't have
problem
nothing to
that
do.
black people and honestly it's a black person thing because it's not even white people at this point. It's a black person thing that has you are and people are anti black people in Chicago can be anti-Republican because they feel like they're white supremacists or whatever you want to say, but Democrats have white supremacy and black supremacy. And it
Right.
could be,
And
yeah, I mean,
they are the ones who would kill me. You can be in a heavily Democratic ran city or state, and the Democrats are the ones scoring you, and you're always going to blame Republicans or the white man. When right now it's the Democrats that did her like that, your own people.
yeah,
So
and you
why even
ran 3 times. You
right,
ran 3 times. So clearly they don't want you over there.
right? Don't put Republican even the name Republican should out your mouth. Period. Not here in
But you ran
Chicago,
three
in
times.
Illinois.
You cannot, you
Right,
ran 3 times. That's a personal problem. Now,
right.
I'm glad you won your lawsuit because yeah, don't go around here lying on me. But you
Hmm.
ran 3 times
Right,
and you lost all 3 times.
right. So don't put Republicans in that. Blame your party. Yeah, they
Blame your
killed me with that.
party.
Right, they killed me with that.
Now, now I'm gonna let y'all listen to. No, first of all, let me get okay. So since I've been down in City Hall, I've been down in City Hall as long as Lamont Robinson. Let me get this lady off of here. All right, so we seen her. Let me put my man back on there. You find it better. They did that to Yancey too. Somebody said. But yeah, like I'm glad you was able to get your money. And $1 million Tony because she was the one who spearheaded it. So I'm glad you got her. She's trash, but a lot of y'all, I guarantee you. Let me look up Ebony Lucas. I guarantee you she probably part of the D9. He's a Kappa,
Mm, 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 mm.
so you know
Yeah,
how it goes. So
it's
yeah,
always
these be personal beefs. Be personal beefs. Uh, yep. Alpha Kappa Alpha. Jack and Jill of America.
who him or
Her.
her. Okay, her. So she's a Kappa.
He's a Kappa. So
Okay.
he's Kappa, but she's an AKA.
Oh,
So
see,
she is. These personal battles
yup.
that don't got nothing to do with us.
Hmm.
So she's an Alpha Kappa Alpha, and she's on the executive board. Jack and Jill of America. She's a Jack and Jiller. Southside Community Investors Association Secretary, Neighborhoods Building Owners Alliance board members. None of these people, like, see, you understand? They believe that we still in like we in undergraduate college,
Yep.
we in high school, this popularity stuff. Y'all don't care
Mm,
about the community. Y'all don't care about doing that for the community. Y'all don't care about really seeing what needs to be done with the community. I just want to. I just say I'm a part of the Black Caucus. I can have tea with these people. Take these photo ops. Go out there, lie to the people. Don't do nothing.
mhm.
Don't pass nothing. Don't get nothing. Don't get no legislation. Don't get nothing popping. But when it's time to get voted back in, whoever's in the federal government and who's ever in the federal office, y'all going. If it's Republican, it's all. white supremacy. They're gonna blame it
Mhm.
all white, all white, all white. That's what it is. Like these people is disrespectful. But while I was down there, Lamont Robinson is a he's very, 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 very he's very, very, very pro illegal immigration.
Mhm.
Super pro illegal immigration.
He voted for everything
He
for
voted
them.
for everything. When I say everything, when it came to the 70 million. No,
Mhm.
let's start with city council. May 30th. The first vote when he first got up in there, and mind you, they got in there May 23rd. May
What year?
31st,
2023. What say what year? 2023, right?
2023. They
Okay.
got up in there May. They got all of them there. The mayor and
Mhm.
everybody all got in there in May 2023. May 31st, 2023, he voted for yes to the 51 million. That was
Mm.
from the federal government. That's when I realized. That's when I knew that. Like, why would y'all vote yes to 51 million and y'all just say it's 22,000 illegals here in Chicago? What is
Mhm.
$51 million going to do? Like, if you divide that by for 22,000 individuals, what's that going to do? That's what I thought. But that's why would y'all know? Then the winterized tent in Morgan Park, he said yes to. Then, when it was time for it to be a referendum to see if the city of Chicago still wanted to be a sanctuary city, he voted no.
Mhm.
And then he voted yes for the $70 million.
Mhm. Everything Brandon Johnson wanted, he voted for.
Everything Brandon Johnson wanted, right?
Mhm.
So the other day, when you have, hold on, 'cause I gotta bring it up
And look
on
how
me.
they do their hands. You notice always look
Oh
at their
yeah,
hands.
yeah, that's the
You-
yes, I go both ways.
Somebody
All
said him
these,
and Kwame Raoul are
I
brother.
bet, and the Fred
Yeah.
situation needs to be investigated too, because I think they making these people do things they don't want to do, but it's a secret society, so all we ask is trust. But it's to the point now that it's getting all y'all turning everybody into sissies,
Mhm.
and they can't, and nobody can speak out because everybody all got something on somebody. It's real sick at this point. So
Uh,
yeah, so let me see where trying to get that video of Gardner because that's the first one. I thought I posted. Hmm, okay, why is this not showing? That's that's one thing I don't like. I feel like they be trying to delete some of our stuff now
think
because it should be here. I see our stuff, but I don't see. Let's see yours. Yours going crazy right now. Hey.
what about that X on what about on my X
Oh, here it
page
is.
and his
Do I
okay.
see? Did I post his? I don't see Gardner's. Let's see.
Gardner's on yeah, it
Oh yeah, here
should.
it is. All right.
Okay.
I gotta put it like this because
Okay.
here.
Yeah, make it okay, you wanna make it where take him off and then make it put him off and then put it up to the thing where it can be bigger. We can be bigger.
Well, the issue is when I do post it like it
No, I'm talking about our picture. Take Lamont off
oh
and then maybe they can then put the phone so they can kind of see it.
oh yeah.
See if that'll work right quick.
Yeah, let me find. Let me get my man. Let me get this. All right.
Okay. Yeah, and then put it
So
up.
this was the last budget meeting, uh, where both, first of all, the budget bogus that they're gonna pass. So it really doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Nothing is really addressed, need to be addressed. But what Gardner said is very important. And honestly, the only person that addressed it, and eventually somebody else is gonna have to address it too.
I proudly stand with my colleague. I heard Alderman Fuentes from the 26th Ward talking about the negative effects of gambling, and I wholeheartedly agree with her.
Mm.
I thought she made some excellent points, and I want to talk about how gambling disproportionately impacts Black and
Come up a
brown
little bit.
communities.
Okay.
It also
Yeah.
impacts white communities, but that's not as important. It impacts working families, as you guys know, aka that's a new term for Black and brown communities. It's gambling that got us here. It's gambling that got us to a $1.2 billion deficit. And we can blame introducing
I'm
or not
on
introducing
live.
a head tax or debt collection or racism. The gamble that
I'm
got us
on.
here today is the gamble that we made on migrants. But yeah, I'm talking to you. Sorry. Thank you. So getting back to what I was saying, the gamble that we made was on migrants or newcomers or Venezuelan nationalists or residents here illegally. Oh yeah, I do. That's a good point. That's right. Yeah. No one is hated more than he who speaks the truth. I want to be clear. I don't blame the migrants for coming here. We left a trail for them to come. I don't hate on immigrants. My parents are immigrants to this country. I'm a first-generation American. I don't hate on any of these people who came here. They had no choice. But we left a trail for them to come. We gave them over $1 billion to come here. We invited them with free food, free clothing, free rent, free education. That's why we're here today. You keep talking about whatever head tags and gambling is bad and all this other stuff. We made the gamble. We gambled on the migrants and we lost. We put over $1 billion into people who've never paid a nickel into the system. Meanwhile, we told the Black community, wait your turn. Wait your turn. So, again, to get back to what I was saying, we told the Black community, wait your turn while we gamble on the migrants. We didn't do it just in the city, we did it throughout the country. We told people, wait your turn. And as I said, we rolled snake eyes, right? We lost that gamble. And now we're sitting here staring down the barrel of a $1.2 billion deficit. Something Alderman Beal, Alderman Lopez, and myself have vehemently argued against for the last several years. Alderman Napolitano as well, strongly condemning the amount of money that we were wasting. Again, I want to emphasize, I do not blame these people who came here for a better opportunity. But again, we left the trail for them to come. We invited them to come. We pushed them to come here. And we still continue to give money, more and more money. And now we're looking, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? What do we got to figure out? I commend a lot of the people who spent a lot of time on this alternative budget, the amount of time that you put in it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. No, it's not. But to Alderman Fuentes' point, I know a bad gambler when I see one. Mayor Johnson, you're a bad gambler. I can't understand.
All right. Now he the only alderman that spoke about what needed to be said, like the migrant crisis, that he witnessed. He was there for the whole time that we were. He was the 45th alderman during that time. This is his second term. He voted against all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And a few others, but he voted against all of it. And I remember one of the things. I'll say it after. Let's get Lamont Robinson.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But across the city of Chicago. All right. Mr. Mayor, please forgive me for a moment. I heard something that I have to comment on. I have heard again and again, let me remove my trash can. I've heard again and again that we have folks in this body that talk about their parents being migrants. My mother was a migrant. My father was a migrant. But what if we had not cared for them? What if we had not provided resources for them? My father was a migrant. My mother was a migrant. But today, we talk about laying out cheese for migrants. Unbelievable. It's okay to come here. I'm for migrants. I'm for anybody to come to this town. But then we don't care for them. So are we supposed to not feed these folks? We're supposed to send them back to Texas? What we're supposed to do with the folks that came to the city of Chicago? We can walk and chew gum, folks. This is not a migrant and a black issue. And for my colleague that I respect tremendously, not only has he given his service to the city of Chicago, but another great department. And so to my colleague, do not talk about the black community and how it is disconnected from the migrant community. We can walk and chew gum. We have to take care of everybody.
Dude, you don't speak for. See, this dude, this is what the people we are talking about. This is who you got down there representing you. They do not, they do not speak for you at all. Gardner was the only alderman that brought up the illegal alien crisis, period. He was the only
Right.
one brought it up, period. None
Yeah.
of them even
Nobody didn't
brought
want to
up
bring it in.
the illegal aliens. They did not even mention illegal aliens or migrants, however they want to put it. None of them. He was the only one, Gardner, that told the truth. And that's the sad part. And then this dude gonna use his blackness. See, this is what they do to negate what white people say. Even though they're telling the truth, they try to use this black and white issues. So now, because he's black, it's somehow supposed to validate him over Gardner. See, you don't, whereas you don't speak, you can't speak on black issues. You don't speak for black people. You can't say this. Yes, he can, because you don't speak for black people. So we
Yeah.
just telling you, this is what we're dealing with, guys. These your black representation.
And this is what he said on Friday when they decided when Mayor Brandon Johnson decided not to veto the bill.
Mm,
But Mark asked him a question about what Gardner said.
mm,
Administration on IAs and potential immigrants as far as funding. And this point has been raised several times, not only by him, but also by Brandon Lopez, Anthony Napolitano, and Anthony Beal, and other FBAs who say they're telling you what it is, but y'all aren't listening. All right, thank you for that question. Alderman Robinson, you want to speak to why you get to speak on behalf of Black people?
mm,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you for the question. As a son of Chicago that is 365 days a year. I certainly respect all my 50 colleagues, but there is a line in the sand when you are speaking out of turn, speaking about a community that you don't know about.
Mm.
And I was saddened by that because someone has to speak up. And that's what I did on Saturday to let my colleague know that this is not going to be tolerated. And so I appreciate the question. And we, again, will continue to keep our colleagues in check that believe that they can speak for the African American.
Okay. Okay.
I just listened to you basically try to dictate who can speak on the migrant crisis when it comes to Black Chicago, Black Americans, or whatever. First of all, I don't even identify as African American. Okay? That's you and Jesse Jackson and the rest of y'all with that BS. Everything that Alderman Gardner said, you should have said, Will Hall should have said, Brandon Johnson should have said, all them scandalous 20 Black aldermen in there should have said. All except what? One? I don't even think it's one. I voted for something that had to do with that migrant crisis money. You got a migrant crisis shelter franchise at the Youth Women's Leadership Charter School in your ward. All right, y'all can go listen to the rest of a lot of it, but yeah,
Joe, I didn't know you did a reaction to that. I didn't know that. Where's
yeah,
that? Where's that at?
it's on the you posted it. I just don't
Okay,
know how
but
to
I
do it at
wasn't.
the. Yeah, I don't know how to do like yeah. I did. I posted that part, and then like you
Uh,
told what you told me to do. I did what you told me to
yeah,
do.
but I probably only seen that. I probably didn't see that you in the beginning. Do it look like just his part? Yo, did it
Yeah, I
show?
do.
That's
I
what it
take that
is.
part, and then afterwards I say what I gotta say.
Oh, I thought you was just reposting what he. I didn't know you did a reaction. I didn't know. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We have to. Yeah, I gotta do one too. So he gonna
yeah,
talk about. I
but
just gotta tell him. Yeah, yeah. You who you think you are? Who do you get?
yeah. Who do you think you are? Like
Who do
honestly,
you?
first of
Well,
all, the
you
audacity. First of all, Gardner has a black wife.
right.
That
And
that
he
that I mean, Black American, not African American. Not she's black,
right,
and she went to HBCU. Since y'all all went to HBCUs and pledged and all that, he got a black wife, and he has his kids is half black. So
right.
if you want to get into it, you know what I'm saying?
Let's
Like, dog, I mean, you pick and choose. Like, that's not the type. Like he ain't part. Like y'all don't
but
rock with
y'all
his
had,
kind.
but
Like
y'all was okay with
y'all don't rock
Kamala.
with his kind, but y'all rock like with like Jackson Powder kind. Like
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like what's the difference between Gardner white Democrat with a black wife and mixed kids before like any other white guys who date or white women who date black men or black women who date white men that are Democrats?
Or
Like what's
Indy
the
or Kamala or
Kamala?
Kamala.
Yeah, like what's
Yeah,
the
that y'all tried to tell us it was black women. Y'all don't have no or white liberals who's
yeah.
telling y'all what to do. Oh, the white liberals can tell y'all, but y'all draw the line at Gardner because
Yeah, like
man,
that's where it ends.
y'all boy, if he don't, no, you can't talk on us,
Yeah, you
especially talking
can.
about that
You
You
literally voted for every. Gardner
yeah,
didn't vote for none of this.
right. So he
None
can
of
speak.
this.
He can speak. We give look the real ones giving him, but he can speak. He can speak for us. You can't, Lamont Robinson. You can't call, especially with that African American. You could. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's
Alderman
crazy. I
Gardner has
didn't see
spoke
that.
up mad times. Even when, like I said, Bill want to act like he don't want to get up and talk about the migrant crisis, even though you was talking about the migrant crisis, but you thought that what's her name's gonna get in there, so now you don't got nothing to say about the migrant crisis. But you
Right.
used to stand up with what's his name? Lopez
Lopez.
and Gardner. And I used to be the
Mm-hmm.
only three that used to stand up and talk about how hurtful the migrant crisis was and what it's doing. But everybody wanted to not talk about it except Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is what I'm talking about. Like he doesn't represent us, but also he's not going. They say he's not. Well, especially now after that L, like they lost. That's a lot of money they lost. Like that's gonna have to come out of whatever their campaign funds is from the Democratic but because she's head of that $1 million Tony over there. She's part of that pack. Like she's the one. So they sued. Abby Lucas sued the Democratic committee and him. But that's 1.45 million coming out. That's coming out of day money. So he's not running any. I mean, so they say he's not running for office anymore. So he's been the reason why he did that political theater that he called out somebody else with political theater. But no, that was definitely political theater twice. They ain't thought they was doing comedy too. They're trying to be
Mm-hmm.
funny with the whole little comedy thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was nothing was funny about it because y'all both Brandon Johnson and Lamont Robinson, two peas in the pod, two rainbow catchers.
Right,
Y'all both was for y'all both was for this illegal immigration stuff. Like y'all literally were for it.
right,
Like y'all 10 toes down. You got insurance companies, so you're insuring them.
right,
And
right.
Brandon Johnson is making sure you get them. But now he needs somebody. He needs another person to see if they can get what he needs. He needs to put somebody. He needs to appoint somebody in that uh, CHA seat because he's trying to get this public land.
Because
You
he saw
feel
that
the
look,
CHA land.
because you was look, because when he tried to put Walter Burnett, that video, remember the video we did? That video we
Yeah,
did and all that stuff you put out about him. Then remember everybody started talking about it. But remember, you was
right.
like,
Ain't
I
nobody really
know.
playing with y'all.
You was like, I know. You not trying to put him over CHA. And
I
when you got
know
the
I
mic,
wrote everybody I could. Like
yes,
I'm nuts, including the lady, including the board member, which that came out that she on the board and she get $1 million contracts for her family, but her days is numbered. But yeah,
sure did.
so he doesn't. They say he's not running again. He's not running for the fourth ward. Um, However, yeah, they're trying to push him into that CHA seat, which is a no too.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to go and he just needs to resign. He needs to like his time as a politician. He was a terrible politician. Okay, he sold himself out. He chose the LGBTQ. He chose the Kappa life. He
Mm-hmm.
chose
CTU puppet.
he chose Obama. He chose to align with the machine. You chose to
Mm-hmm.
align with the machine, and you shouldn't be trusted. You are not a good spokesperson for the South Side of Chicago. You call yourself the son of Chicago, but the son of Chicago, the real son of Chicago, the real son of Chicago would have never voted in favor of illegals to harm the black community.
Right,
And then
right.
you think that you can get up and do a resolution on what was it? You want everybody to say sorry for slavery? I think that's what it was. Let me get it. Let me get it. Yeah, hold on. I think that's what it was.
You know what? I'm tired. These people, like, I'm like really, really
Because my thing is though,
tired.
you cannot want everybody to get up and vote for that resolution. You want everybody to apologize in there for want them to apologize for slavery, and then you turn around and go in on Gardner for speaking up about what hurt us. And they say Lamont Robinson when they did this I gotta get it. It's crazy what it was. It was the I'm gonna get it. I want to read it. What it is.
Yeah, the press conference, somebody said after the budget was so unprofessional, Brandon and Lamont Robinson thought they were at a comedy show. Yeah, just like you said. Yeah, they did. These are your because see, he think he thought he did something. He cooked with that when he asked them about Gardner. He thought he did something. That was something like, oh, him and Brandon Johnson, they used that type of stuff. That black that black card, the black this is what they use. And then when they finish, they think they had a drop the mic moment. That's how they do. They,
Right.
yeah, they because Brendan Johnson tried to do that, the Congressional Black Caucus. They think when they talk about that black this and black that, and we slaves and immigrants, once they do that, they feel like they did something and drop the mic moment. And then they start,
Right. Right.
yeah, clapping each other hands, giving each other high fives. This is what they do.
Yeah, and they think like right. They think people are dumb. That's why
Hmm.
we have to send them a clear message. That read
Hmm.
down. I'm gonna try. We're gonna get the right candidates in there for you,
Hmm.
because none of these people can be trusted. But on September 25th, they did another resolution, R 2025-0015728. Uh, they were issued a formal apology from City Council to Black citizens of Chicago for historical injustices of slavery. Now, they say Lopez was like, he didn't go for it, and a couple other people didn't, like the white people, all in the Napolitano or whatever. But I remember Gardner when I saw Gardner down there, and he was like, "Did you just hear?" And I was like, "What you talking about, Gardner?" He's like, "I could not say yes to that," and I was like, "Okay," and I'm listening to him.
Oh
He
yeah, I
said,
remember. I
"He said
remember.
all the money that they spent on the illegals, and they want us to back this. Like, no, let's talk about all this money's been illegals." So people don't understand the backstory of, no, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? Like, what he did his big one. He did something that he talked about when they wanted him to be okay with this. You know, they
Yeah,
tried to make him out like, nah, like, why do
like
I need to apologize for this when y'all need to apologize to the black community? How y'all put him over to the side
right,
for the illegals.
right,
So
right.
it takes him to see
Huh?
that. And I'm
Right,
saying it takes him to see that, and it's like
right.
nobody
And
don't.
nobody, and you want me, okay, so you all gave all their resources away, and then all we're gonna do is give them a apology. That's all they gonna get. It's an
All it is
apology.
about
But we are not going to talk about all the
property
money.
taxes up.
Yeah, yeah. And like Gardner said, while you told them to wait behind, wait your turn.
It's
And
turn.
you gave what took our resources, a little bit we had, took those field houses functional, took the resources that we did have and put them and gave it to them. But yet you are going to stand up and give us an apology for slavery, something we didn't
And
even
the primary sponsor was Lamont Robinson.
Robinson. Now, slavery right now, how is apology right now going to benefit us right now? But see, this is what they do. This is the disrespect, the insult. This is what I be saying when I say this is. It makes me want to go even harder when I see the disrespect and the audacity that these people, they think that we are just that dumb that we can't understand that we're not okay with just a apology. We're not okay with that. But and you calling somebody white racist and this and that, and we okay with that. And now that's supposed to shut us up while you all still fund illegal aliens and still take our resources. This is the what
Yeah,
makes
like
me,
we have no choice. And let me tell you,
yeah.
43 people voted for this resolution. 4 people voted against it, and 1 did not vote. And the one that didn't vote is funny. It's different. It's Anthony Cazita, the one who uses the N word freely, like Jesse Fuentes.
Right. Somebody say then put Juneteenth and Pride on the
Yeah,
same day
that's
of
what. That's when.
observation.
That's the day. That's the day. Lynetta debuted her talents up there. Like y'all gonna know who
Yeah.
I am. That's when she got up. Like God, that's when Maria had it.
Yep.
And speaking of Maria Haddon, I gotta do another thing. Right? Maria Haddon thinks that she's gonna do a great Gatsby event for a January 22nd, as her birthday, or I don't know. Yeah, let's find out you Aquarius. But for a re-election. No,
Right.
no,
You said,
no, 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 no. You can never get back in there.
yeah. We can't we need a clean slate, guys.
Yeah.
We need to start.
All these people are compromised.
Yeah, we need to start on CTU took guys. We have to expose and dismantle them so bad because they're the real threat as well. Because they put these people, they fund these people, and then
Yep.
when you get a mayor that's going to hold them accountable or do the opposite of what they want, then they're gonna go protest. What this is what they do,
Yeah.
and when they protest is they power. They feel like they use that for their power to get you to bend to whatever they want, and this is what they do. So we have to send a clear message to these people, your aldermen, to CTU, to the Democratic Party, that we're not playing. And I think when we send that, when we do that, when it's too big to rig a red wave, that would send a clear message that the gig is up. Nobody is going for this no more. Because who are they going to rally up if people come out and vote opposite of what their because see CTU and these people, because they fund them, like you said, it's all about trans rainbow. It's all about illegal aliens, fighting for them. It's all about the divine nine. These, all the elites and things. These are the only people they care about. It's
Yeah.
not
And they're in
about
their own
us.
world.
Yeah, that's their own word.
They're in
Yeah.
their own world and we funding it.
Yeah, and they're using us to fund all of their lifestyle. They're using us to fund the CT, which can grow bigger and bigger and more powerful. We're funding it. They're
Yep.
using us to fund these aldermen, their lifestyles and their raises. Brandon
Tax
Johnson,
the
the mayor,
rich.
all this.
Tax the
Yeah,
rich. They
tax
are
the
the
rich.
rich. I
Yeah. And
guarantee you, they whole everybody family had a beautiful Christmas.
yes,
Had
rich.
a
I
beautiful
bet you.
Christmas, had a
Yes.
beautiful Hanukkah if you celebrate Hanukkah, is having a beautiful Kwanzaa if you celebrate Kwanzaa, and they're gonna turn up for New Year's.
New
I
Year.
promise you.
While we're trying to figure out how we're going to pay these taxes that they are property taxes, these other taxes that they are nickel and diming us are steady going up on. So this is Brennan Johnson budget was just, it was going to kill us fast. The budget, the alternative budget that these aldermen did was just a slow death. So it's both. It's gonna kill us anyway because it's gonna tax
Yeah,
us.
they got they raises, all the crazy raises.
Yeah,
Like
they
they
didn't
didn't
even
even
address
discuss
that.
them raises.
Yeah, they did at all. They didn't even discuss the aldermen's their raises. It's sickening. And all the taxes that they went up on, the things that we are already paying for, they went up on them.
Yeah.
and more taxes that they
Yeah, I mean,
created.
it doesn't go in effect until tomorrow. I mean, Monday. You can go down there and watch them vote. I mean, we'll be down there, to watch them
Mhm.
vote for it. But it's just sad. Like
We
it's just time to organize. Like it's time
yeah,
to it's time to really y'all getting up out of there. Like
yeah.
y'all getting up out of there. Y'all getting up out of there because y'all all compromised.
Mhm. Mhm.
The
That
big the
budget.
gaming thing is it is a nightmare, and I'm gonna touch
Yes,
on that, and I'm gonna get on that. But it is like I
sure
don't
is.
I'm not there. That's gonna
Yeah.
kill us too.
Yes.
That's just
Yes.
like how that's like liquor store on every corner.
Addiction. It's a
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
It's
addiction. Like
addiction.
they don't care. It's like
Mhm.
what can they do to exterminate the last of us?
Mhm. Look at this. Look at this. This is who. This is them, guys. This is your people who are. This is the enemies. This is your
These are the
enemies,
enemies.
and they all are funded by her, by CTU. This
Yeah,
is
that's the mayor right there.
that's the mayor right there.
Yeah, Mayor
And
Stacey
then
Davis Gates.
yeah. And then we give them all the money. And so with all the money that they take from us, they become more powerful. And then they fund the people they want to put in. They fund the politicians. And the politicians go and do what they want them to do because they fund them. But CTU have become so strong, and this is the machine right there. The guys, we're dealing with and some things that we allowed to happen, and it's going to take the people to dismantle it. That's it, and that's all. We have the power to dismantle all of this, but it's going to take us. It's going to take us to understand what we must do and then do it. Because CTU, once we flip Chicago and Illinois red and have this red wave, that's going to then in turn give us the power to audit these people. And when we audit these people, CTU and all that, you're going to see how bad it is.
Yeah, it's
You're going to
bad.
see. You're gonna see how bad it is. You're gonna see how our kids, how they don't care nothing about our kids. You're gonna see how bad of shape our kids are in, the schooling, the system. You're gonna see all of that. It's sad, but look at Tony Pratt Winkle. Yeah, these are
Yeah,
all.
someone asked about who Robert Peters is. Senator Robert Peters is in the middle right there. He is a piece of juju and boo boo. And they all trash. She is the ringleader of the trash.
Mhm,
He's trash. Senator Peters. See, what they do is the progressive Democrats, they prey on the the people who have had a hard life growing up, whether
mhm,
it being hard to come out sexual orientation, or his story. Senator Robert Peters is that he was adopted. His mother left him, and she was a prostitute and a drug addict and stuff like that. So you're dealing with these horrific stories, right?
mhm,
And when you don't have counseling, and you don't have a lot of counseling, you don't need a lot of counseling, because the uncomfortable truth is this, y'all. I can't imagine my mother giving me up. I
mhm,
can't I can't imagine it. You're dealing with people who parents literally gave them up, not because they died, got killed in a car, something happened. Like literally gave them up because they chose drugs, they chose life, they chose whatever, right? So you got these people that are moving in these group homes, moving into these weird things, and then they find people like Tony Dwayne Preckwinkle and other people or cults like the CTU and stuff like that, and then they start grooming them to be this person that cannot be in government. You can't. You can't be in government because you have not dealt with the root cause of your abandonment issues. So
Mm-hmm.
because a majority, a lot of people, these people have abandonment issues, and they're not, and no one is working on that. That's just like anybody. Anybody got an issue, like a person who was a thief. If you do not acknowledge what you are and don't get the help, the proper help to stop stealing, you're going to continue to steal, right? So if you don't have the proper, if you don't go get the proper help about your parent leaving you and both parents leaving you, and then you out here just figuring it out and fiending. Usually people end up going to jail. Some people end up being prostitutes. So it's something that happens. But some people join these cults. So a lot of people that join these weird cults, because CTU is a cult, anything that aligns with the progressiveness and socialists and communists is a cult. So they join these cults, and then that's what they're learning, right? And then they're already dealing with the issues that they blocked out that they need to go deal with. They're not dealing with them issues, and they're going dealing with just cult. Now it's cult behavior. Now you have these people as elected representatives for cities, for wards, that are dealing with children, that are dealing like that. They should not be in nowhere near any of these type of things. Honestly, it's an uncomfortable truth, but no.
No, they should.
So yeah, so you're dealing with these type of people. He's absolutely terrible. He's a pathological liar. He went into um, William Hall's church, which is a lion church. They got a lion spirit on it. That's why I got to protest it. But he went in there and he immediately started talking about Trump. Immediately start talking about Trump, how terrible Trump was, the reason why everything is happening, the reason why everything is the way it is because of Trump. All this Trump, because he's running for Robin Kelly's seat. Robin Kelly's running for U.S. Senator. So he's trying to take her her Congress seat. Her seat. She's Robin Kelly's seat. So he go in there and automatically lies. He lies to that Taylor lie. He's part of the Progressive Caucus, all that. Well, I don't respect about the reason why I'm saying this because a lady asked about him and he's in here too because they all together.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Molly went to a CBA thing, and the CBA this when they were doing a CBA agreement town hall, and it was in Yancey's ward. It was Yancey and the Jewish Alliance putting it on. When we went to this church, they got a lot of black elders, and then they have these trans students from University of Chicago that are in here with these elders who are getting pushed out of their homes. Right? Now, it doesn't make any sense, right? But it makes sense, whatever. So, we in there and I'm listening to them lying to the elders about the Obama Center and the community benefits. And when Lamont Robinson walks in there and he's in there lying to them too, he thought it's the first time I ever seen him outside of city council, and he thought he seen. They always are hesitant when they see me, super hesitant when they see me because I know you about to lie, and you
I
don't
know you.
know what I'm about to say. Am I gonna go off on you? Am I gonna no? I just sit there. Anytime I get invited to a place, I just sit there and listen. I sit
Listen
there
to
and
them lie.
listen because I know that you're about to lie. I know you're about to lie about this thing. I know you're about to lie about the Obama Center. I know y'all going to blame Trump about the Obama Center when it's the Obama Center. So it is what it is. So he hurried up, said what he had to say about the CBA thing, got up out of there. And Senator Roberts was the first. This is the first Senator. I mean, Senator Robert Peters. This was the first time that I heard his name, but the first time to hear him actually talk. That's how I know his story. His story. He told the story. So I'm listening to his story, and then he gets up out of there too. Then Yancey's left in there. They signed this little thing. We're in agreement. We want the CBA. They hurry up. They write their little name on here and get up out of there. And Yancey goes. But this is the same alderman. I mean, no, this is the same state senator that is Mama Dora's senator. And
Mm.
when that shelter was over there, and when Newport and all them was sending emails to him, he was for the shelter. He was
Mm-hmm.
for the shelter because he says everybody needs a place to live. Because when he brings up, I was home, I was adopted, I was adopted. My mother was a drug addict, stuff like that. We have to give everybody a place. So that's where his mind at. Mine is because he was left, as just his mother left him and left him out there in the streets, and had to go through foster care, to go through all these different things. That's what he was saying. Like, you need, that's why he feels like the one system, the one system shelter right there in the heart of Hyde Park, across from the Newport condominiums, across from Lake Michigan. If you turn to the right, almost $1 million homes. He felt like a shelter right there was perfect because because his mother left him and abandoned him as a child.
Mm.
And you think that he should continue to be in government? No, he needs to sit down and talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with dangerous, undiagnosed people that have
Mm-hmm.
snuck in here due to a college education, that have been indoctrinated. I don't get college or not, y'all are crazy.
Yep.
And y'all ideology when it comes to uh life is not gonna work for the majority. It's just not gonna work for the majority. Just like how y'all are trying to push 1%, which is trans, it's just not going to work for the majority.
Majority. Yep.
LGBTQ is just not going to work for the majority. It's just not going to work for the majority. And if they're going to continue to do this, these are why we have to really focus on getting these people out of office, because these people are around our children.
Mm-hmm.
And our
Mm-hmm.
children's minds, they're being developed. These are very crucial times for our children. Our children's brains are very, very fragile. And if you have people like these people around them, we don't.
Yep. Yes,
So,
we are.
yes. So, shout out to Prosperity. I see she was in here. Shout out. Please look at Prosperity.
Hey,
Prosperity has,
prosperity.
yes. But yeah, so um in conclusion, for what I'm gonna say is that Lamont Robinson, they say he's not running again, thank God, but ain't no way in the world he should be over there at CHA, because he cares too much about illegals. He feel like everybody can, as long as you can walk and chew gum at the same time, that we can give all our everything that we have to illegals too.
Yeah.
So that means
Yeah.
that you will give illegals CHA housing when
Yeah.
you've got homeless people out here and elders that cannot get a voucher.
And that means and the problem is you're not walking and chewing bubble gum at the same time. One of those things are not getting done. So you're giving to illegals, but the rest of the Chicagoans, the real Chicagoans, are suffering. They're not getting anything. So you can't chew bubble gum and walk. Stop. That ain't happening. It's
Yeah,
one
it's
or the other,
impossible.
and you all are, yeah, and you all are choosing illegal aliens, and everybody else is suffering. Everybody else is living with lack or paying for this garbage. Yeah. So no, we can't do two things at once. No, we can't. You all proved that when you took our resources. If that was the case, we could have still had functional field houses. We could have
Right,
still had functional schools. We could have still had everything that we needed for our communities. We could have still had them while y'all took care of legals. Y'all knew good and well that can't happen. Who they think, come on.
right. Yeah. So yeah, it's no. It's a no for him. Matter of fact, like he just need to pull out. Uh,
Yeah.
look, I want to leave with this picture right here. Now, this picture is a picture of him hugging somebody, and this hug is just a little different. And maybe it's not different, Maybe sometimes I be, I'm gonna let. Thank you for the 400 people that's watching. Appreciate
Thank
y'all
you
for
guys.
the Friday. This was last minute, but this one right here, where we at? Man,
Who is that?
that's Bill Lowry.
Oh, you stupid. Oh. So you say you just want to leave us with that?
I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Just want to leave y'all with this right here.
Yeah, that's
I might
tight.
have to make that
That's
the
tight,
picture.
boy. Yeah, they tight.
Real tight.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
He said, as a heterosexual black male, hell no.
Oh, no, is that his boo?
So I'm just gonna leave. There's a lot.
Yeah, and tell, yeah, leave that right there. And the only thing, only thing I have to say in my closing is, don't you ever, ever, ever try to check Jim Gardner about what he said when he speak on Black Americans. He can speak on whoever he want to speak on. You don't you first of all let him. You speak on African Americans. You just work on that. You speak on African Americans, and you let Gardner speak on Black Americans. How about that? How about that?
And the LGBTQ.
Yeah, the LGBTQ. How about that? Because other than that, we're taking we're going to tell you that you can't speak on us. So don't speak on nobody from the south side of Chicago, nobody from Chicago. As a matter of fact, like I said, the Black Americans, you just keep speaking on African Americans. That's all I got to say.
Shout out to Prosperity, because yep, she had him talk about it, and man, and and did that, and
Oh yeah, Prosperity sure did. They had kicked you out
well,
because you're right. Because yeah, sure did.
yeah. So
Because
shout out,
Gardner was telling them, was speaking facts. He was speaking the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were trying to say that you were. I saw, like, I was looking at some of the people there, because I had to like edit it, because they were trying, and he was a troll. Our bisexual mayor, he was a troll trying to keep trying to say little things like this is historic and trying to say that I'm going to put you guys on timeout and all that little weird stuff. Trying to mess it,
Yeah,
trying to
you heard
mess up
that?
his train of thought. You know.
Yeah,
So,
it's
but
about time out.
yeah, all that weird stuff. You out here got these people down there paying. So it's cool because what I'm seeing is that y'all y'all losing y'all momentum. CTU
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
CTU is, and that's why y'all have to push all this money, this TIF money, because that's the only thing y'all left y'all really can take, because y'all done took all the surplus money from everything else. So the only thing y'all do have is the TIF money, and they all still in TIF money. Bill basically talked about it, and
Mm-hmm.
and Irvin backed it up. They all still in TIF money. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is, but that's what they gonna steal now. They gonna steal this TIF money that I'll be speaking out about more. But yeah, so that's it. That's in closing. Thank y'all for
Mm-hmm.
watching. Anybody that's aligned with Lamont Robinson is suspect. If anybody hugs you like this, it's suspect. And that's just what we're dealing with a LGBTQ spirit in the black world with the down lowness, and it's just getting to the point now that it's affecting everyone, and it should not be affecting everyone because everyone should not be in this at all, and we're being forced to be in or we're forced to be in like what I always call it, a parody, a horrible parody, like to the point that it's our tax dollar that's being disrespected, and it's funding these weird
Mm-hmm.
lifestyles, and it's going to continue to fund these weird lifestyles because if you're not in the Divine Nine cult, and I'm not saying all of Divine Nine has cult like behaviors, but in this day and age,
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming a cult. If you're not down with the Jack and Jill, and you're not down with this, or you don't have
CTU.
your real estate license, or if you're not
Mm-hmm. Part of
here, or
CTU,
if
or
you're
they,
not part of
or any of
CTU,
their organizations, they or any of their organizations,
yeah,
because they,
horror
yeah,
movie, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, like then yeah, you're yeah, like they feel like you're supposed to be hazed, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't like. I'm not saying do what you want to do. Like I know that if I pledged, see, I have my own mind, but I know that if I went to college and I pledged, there's no way in the world that I will come back, get into government, and sell my people out. Like that's just crazy to me. Like that's just crazy to me. And I know that again, majority of these sororities and fraternities and a lot of these old churches and stuff were not founded on what we're dealing with now.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's not going to continue to deal with that. We're not going to keep having this stuff. So that's that. But other than that, I do know that there's some great Divine Nine people out there that aren't with the S,
Mm-hmm.
and they starting to call it out and starting to see, and that honestly that's what's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take. It's gonna have to take the real Divine Nine to call out the people who are making it into something else. They don't really care about service. They don't really care about what it's supposed to be for. And I used to always say that, like especially with Chicago, right? So Chicago, the headquarters here is AKA, right?
Mm-hmm.
AKA is the headquarters here. And they just opened up a credit union for the AKAs, all that. No, no, the South Side. How many AKA members that we have on the South Side? No, the South Side should look the way it looked, man.
Not at all.
It should
Why
look
they
the way it looked.
why they don't have why they don't come together and open up banks, open up uh grocery stores, open up things that like you look at Chinatown. Open up everything like that. Things that if that they could see they push this racism and we can't get ahead because the white man. This all they push.
Yeah.
So if every time we went to any town hall or anywhere, so wasn't it the white man that was doing this to us? So if they know
Right.
this,
I
if
mean,
they know
saying
this,
it.
yeah, they saying it. We don't have no civil rights attorneys or nothing like that. So they run on this. They tell us this. When we go around, they tell us this. So you know all of this, but yet you're in a place where you can do all of these things, but you do nothing. So that all we're being oppressed by the white man. It's this and that. We need more businesses. We need more, minority business, they say. But when you are empowered to do that, you do nothing to put anything in place to help with the things that you say was wrong. All you give us is the white man that's doing it, but no solutions. And then when you're in a place where you can help, we can't even get no civil rights attorneys. Now they go to school for law and they help illegal aliens, but black people can't even get no civil rights attorneys from none of these people. So
Yeah, I
come
feel
on.
like for the eight, like, and maybe I'm saying it like, cause like, I think this is the little boo that came down there. I don't got no beef with you. But she said it's not the AK's duty. You have to believe in God before anything as an individual, and she's absolutely right. And it's not the AK's duty. However, ma'am, when you're
Right.
down in City Hall, they will bring the AKAs
Mhm.
out and give them 45 resolutions on how they care about, I don't know, like,
Mhm.
they put especially what's her name, Stephanie Coleman.
Told me.
She she puts the AKA on the highest pedestal,
Yeah.
especially when they were pushing for Kamala Harris going there. So
Right.
I go by what I have friends that are AKAs. I mean, were pissed off because they were mad that they could not convince me on how great Kamala Harris would have been as the first black president. That's right
Mhm.
there is where you are, is where I gotta walk away because I don't want to offend you being AKA, but the fact that you think that she was a black woman and because she went to Howard University and all those things, and you don't really know her history, is that's one of the issues. But Stephanie Coleman, a lot of people put the AKAs on the highest pedestal in Chicago
Mhm.
about how much great service and stuff they do. But when it go to lawyers and all these HBCU schools and stuff, when we try to get civil rights attorneys or real estate attorneys or attorneys that deal with these things, we cannot find a civil rights attorney that's in these divine nines, not just
You can't.
AKA. I'm talking about the
Yes.
Deltas. I'm talking about all Kappa, Sigmas. None of
Mhm.
these people. We should not. The and like somebody said earlier, not one black school should be closed.
Mm.
Like it's just Chicago. Like it's just
They
Chicago. Chicago should not. Chicago should not. We shouldn't be lacking and no resources.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. And from the from the from
Especially
the from the galas
especially
that y'all go to, all these things from all like we should. It's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to the culture. Man. It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I mean, especially since y'all want to vote, but y'all Democrats, and not only that, you all are the ones who talking about the face, you all supposed to be the face of the Democratic Party, the black women. So come on. I mean, you saying we can't now is trust God. You can AKAs can't do it. It's always kicking the can down the road. We know to trust God. We know, but we want y'all to tell people that trust God, don't vote for these Democrats because they not doing nothing for you. Y'all won't say that. Only thing y'all will say is, now it's, well, you got to trust God. No, we're going to go back what they telling us. We're going to go back when they in these meetings and they telling us
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
We're going
In
to
the
go back
meetings,
with
they're
what they
saying
lying
something
about.
totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah. What they telling us about. So, and they blaming the white man and Trump and all that. So come on, we're going to have to keep it real here. So if they don't want to be us to associate them with the Democrat Party, stop being the face of the Democratic Party. Trying
Yeah,
to keep us black people on the Democrat plantation. Tell the truth. Trust God. Democrats are garbage, and that's just and say what it is. But that ain't what they do. If, like we just said, most of them are in power, or and most of the CTU is one, part of the Divine Nine, or in some type of sorority. Most of the Democratic Party is in some type of sorority, and most of those boulets, Roland Martins, your Angela, all them, some type of
the
in a
Jack and
sorority.
Jill, the Jack and Jill of
Yeah,
America. And the
yeah.
reason
So
why,
stop it. Yeah,
and one of the things I want to say too is, like, when I first started this fight, trying to find a lawyer for my mom, a civil rights attorney, I went to all of the Divine
right,
Nines.
right.
I reached out to them. I reached out to HBCU professors that specialize in U.S. constitutional law, stuff like that. You cannot find a lawyer that's willing to deal with this property issues that we have, the redlining issue that we have. You cannot. So you
But they
can't. You
they don't
can't.
want to
Like,
go
and then,
against
yeah, we're there. Like,
they don't want to go against the Democratic machine, and they know that. Or you have
yeah,
to get a Republican lawyer from a red state to come fight this. Those only people that's gonna help you. Other than that, they not. So let's just be real honest. But they gonna help illegal aliens get all type of lawsuits and all those things. So that's just the way it is.
yeah. Oh yeah, they bring. Oh, somebody asked who still brings a white man. Oh, what's her name? Just brought up the white man. Melissa Conya Irvins, when she came over we went over something on the west side the other day about the property issues, and they taking our properties even though
Driver
people are there
stamps.
lying. Tara Stamps talks about the white
Yeah,
man. Oh
yeah.
yeah, they talk about the white man.
Oh,
Yeah.
they just, yeah. They not
Yeah,
only do they
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
talk about the
You gotta go into these town halls and stuff. The ones that are out here promoting because they're running for office. Yeah.
hmm
So
yeah.
yeah. I think that honestly, I think one of the things that can bring all of us closer together is asking for a forensic audit. And that
hmm
honestly, because we have money for our communities.
Yeah.
The money has been taken from our communities. And then when the little bit of money that the aldermen don't want to take, and they want to act like they're doing something for the community, they go get one. They'll go pick one person, one random person, you know, that probably had, probably wrote them a letter or begged or something like that. And
hmm
because they got the heat on them giving all the money to certain developers and stuff like that, they'll pick one person and give that one person that opportunity grant. Okay, give
Right.
them some TIF money after we done put it out there to show the pattern of this is what they do with the TIF money.
Mhm.
So yeah, they have to do that to make sure.
Yeah.
See, no, they do help out people. Yeah, that one person
Yeah.
after everybody dragged them and broke down everything that they do. So that's
Yeah.
just it. But once we start talking about this TIF money, and then people start asking for these forensic audit, then I think that that's where we need to stay at, because
Who
The
said somebody?
forensic audit is going to show it's going to show a lot and going to show that where our money has is going to, because it's
Yes,
not
it
going
is.
to where it needs to go.
Yep.
Who charged you $400 for a consultation? Didn't
That's
come.
a, yeah. That's what I was getting ready to ask, Netta. Who charged you? The attorneys, corrupt politicians, lawyers, and judges. Yeah. Netta, who charged you $400 for a consultation?
Right.
She said, did you see what she said?
Yeah. Black Panthers wanted to control their hoods in Chicago. Yeah. I'm fighting my alderman about TIF money now.
Hmm.
Yeah, you got the alderman that ain't gonna get no TIF money because he give it to his your alderman is part of the LGBTQ, and they all give money to men who the developers they got crushes on, and the
Hmm.
pastors that they got crushes on, and
And the
all that stuff,
foreigners.
and the
Yeah. And the
foreigners, and the,
foreigners.
and the,
Yeah.
and the white man
Yeah.
that's over the developers. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, but yes, well, but I don't know. All I know is that we got to be better as a whole, y'all, and we got to get all these aldermen out. So he may not be coming back, but Jeanette Taylor said she wasn't coming back either. But then she went in that church. That church is very important that we went to. She
Hmm.
got in that church and she had her all white because they always went to an all white event after that. And she was talking about she's gonna be running again because she need her pension. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
She basically said she was running again because she need her pension.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. See, we gotta get her up out of there to
Yeah.
show her. You just don't think you're gonna run and you're gonna get your pension. No,
No,
you're
and
gonna
she
get up out
said
of
it.
there.
She said it out
Yeah,
in there too. Like
yeah.
she's
I know. I'm just saying, like, you just know you're gonna win. You just know you getting back in. No, you're not getting back in. You're getting up out of there. But you see how they don't. It's not a second thought that they're gonna be voted out. They just know.
they just know.
They just know, yeah, they stupid. They're gonna vote me back in. So we gotta show them, no, you didn't do your job when you was in, and now you gotta go. You're gonna learn to do what we ask you to do. If not, you're gonna get up out of that seat. You're going to be held accountable. You shouldn't even these aldermen shouldn't even think about another seat. We should be on their neck so much until they know it's over for me. That's how we should have them.
Yeah, and we need people to run. Like
Yes.
this lady that's born and raised in the community 17th ward. You need to run against him. He is no good. He is no good, and he's never going to be no good. He don't care about nobody. He should have never been in there. He was installed in there. Like they all
Hmm.
got something on everybody. So yeah, yeah, right. They got too comfortable with their corruption.
Hmm. And they forgot who they worked for.
They forgot
And
who they
now,
work for.
we are getting ready to remind them. Oh yeah, you work for the people, you work for us, and we're getting
Well,
ready to show you because you're gonna get fired, and and you're gonna be replaced. So you forget, but that's all right. You're gonna get a great reminder this election.
right, right.
Hmm.
Well, all right. That's that piece, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave this picture up here.
Yeah, that's a
And
good one.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
Federal audit, baby.
Yes. Bye bye, everybody. Good night and happy new year. If
Ooh, Willie
I don't
Preston too. Yeah, you need to run. You need to run for office. Come on, man. Run as an independent. Well, I prefer you to run as a Republican, but run as an independent. But yeah,
yeah.
they use government jobs for
Yeah, let's flip
bargaining. For
bread.
instance, a lady named Liz Nicholson was running for commissioner and they offered her a government job with tons of money. Oh yeah, that was Samantha Steele. Samantha Steele, DUI Steele. She was she's running for her chair, and she offered her a job twice that make good money. So she don't run against her. Now girl, some DUI still don't go to no, she don't come to no board meetings. She don't come to nothing. She don't do nothing. Ever since she got caught with that DUI, she don't even,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she needs to be up out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she should.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, independent or Republican, no more blue. Yeah, that's it. Those are the only options over here. Don't come over here with no blue. I ain't got nothing for
Yes.
you. Call me, yeah, I don't even wear blue no more. I burned all my blue stuff out. Yeah, I used to love blue. I mean, so yeah. All right, y'all. Peace, peace.
All right, guys. Love y'all.